Before we get into anything else, I just want to say, I told you so. I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. During Boys Planet itself, I made this video, and in it said, it seems like the wayv boys are being pushed just enough that they're popular, but not so much that they end up making it into the final lineup. Which, obviously, I was proven wrong on that part because t-ara is in the final group. But the rest has happened, because just the other day, news came out that wayv Entertainment and yoohwa Entertainment are coming together to create a temporary project boy group out of some of the remaining Boys Planet contestants. According to the reports, they will begin dorming at the end of July and aim to debut by the end of this year. The label Jellyfish Entertainment, which is another subsidiary of the CJENM group, is most likely to manage this group. So far, the group will consist of Park Han-bin, Lee Jung-hyun, and Moon Jung-hyun, who are all wayv Entertainment trainees. Another candidate is Park Ji-hoo, who at the time of the show was under Higher Music, another subsidiary of the CJENM banner, but has since moved to wayv Entertainment, probably for this group. Along with them, we have the remaining K-group trainees from yoohwa Entertainment, Yoo Sung-gun and Ji Yoon Seo. The insider report also states that both wayv and yoohwa are open to negotiations with other agencies for more additions to this group. However, another news article came out with an official statement from wayv Entertainment stating, "We are discussing various team formats for our current trainees, but nothing is confirmed yet." So what does this all mean? Basically, it isn't 100% confirmed that we might get this group, but it could just happen. Anyway, if it does end up happening, let's discuss all the possibilities surrounding it. Let's start off with the confirmed members. Number 1, we have Park Han-bin, famously the blue-haired boy, who ranked 11th overall, if I'm not mistaken. The songs he performed on the show were Hot Sauce, Law, Switch, and Jelly Pop. Then we have Lee Jung-hyun, who ranked 15th overall. He performed Love Me Right, the Higher Music mashup song. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong, but you know, from the second mission and stuff. Over Me and Hot Summer. Then we have Moon Jung-hyun, who left the show after the second elimination. He ranks 29th overall and performed 2 songs, Very Nice and again the Higher Music mashup song. And the final trainee we have from wayv Entertainment is Park Ji-hoo. He too got eliminated in the second round and ranked 33 overall. The 2 performances that he gave had songs Hot Sauce and Limousine. Then we go to the yoohwa trainees. First we have Yoo Sung-gun, probably one of the most talented trainees on the show, who didn't get to end up making it into the final lineup. He ranked 16th overall. I know he would have preferred 17th, but he got 16th and performed in songs Very Nice, Home, Say My Name, and Jelly Pop. The last trainee we have from yoohwa is Ji Yoon Seo. He was again eliminated from the show during the second round and performed songs like Backdoor and Home. His overall rank was 41. So this is the current tentative lineup for the group. Not too bad in my opinion. You can clearly see the direction that they were going with the group, at least visually. One thing that is glaringly obvious is that all of them are Korean. Both the companies sent a fair amount of G group trainees to the show, and they did make quite an impact on the general audiences, but they are somehow nowhere to be seen in the conversation of this group. I mean, from Yuhua itself, we had Ollie and Brian, but the Wayv G group trainees was super popular. Like Haruto, I mean, he was one of my top contenders for making it into the final lineup and would regularly rank in the top 9 of the G group. And with global votes, he was always in like the top ranking. Like Haruto, we also have Anthony, who was very popular, and I can't believe that they were cut from this lineup. And another probably the most prominent Wayv trainee, Chawungi. I mean, are you kidding me? What were they thinking by eliminating trainees like this from this lineup? I want to be happy for the boys that will get a debut, but I am really sad that the ones that are cut from the lineup were done so because of, clearly xenophobic practices that led to it. But it could also come from a marketing perspective, right? Like having an all-Korean group only for the Korean market so that they don't end up, in competition with ZB1, who will clearly be targeted for like a global market, having more diverse members. So that could be one of the reasons why they've gotten rid of all of their global trainees, Wayv Entertainment. But yeah. But all the same, since they have mentioned that they are open to adding more people from the show to this lineup, let's practically consider who else can be part of this. I am only thinking of one more spot because, even number groups just don't work for me, okay? So I'm thinking like if they do a 7-member group, who could be the one trainee that they end up adding to the already 6-member lineup. So obviously no G group trainee, since they've clearly just been selecting from the K group rankings, which takes away my favorite trainee from making it into this, which was J. Let's also eliminate all the trainees who are in existing groups already. So Keita was already eliminated because he's a G group trainee, but also because, he's back to doing work with Cypher, so he wouldn't be here. No Huey, obviously, they've started with Pentagon stuff. Other members like So-on, he was a big K group trainee, but yeah, he wouldn't be here as well because he's gone to promoting with Nine and stuff again. Also, none of the Red Star boys. I know Kum Jung Hyun was really highly ranked, but they've already started, their whole thing. Their pre-debut activities are really high right now, so I don't think any of them should be considered for this at all. So that leaves us with a very few options, but the one that I am thinking of who will perfectly fit the vibe of this group is Lee Sung-kwon. If you don't remember him, he was eliminated in the 3rd round and ranked 24 overall. He performed Danger, was part of the High Music mashup, and On Guard. He's a phenomenal dancer, great vocalist, and have you seen his face? He visually fits the group too. He's Korean, so yeah, if they're gonna add anyone to the lineup, I hope it is him. And he could also benefit from being here because he's not doing much at the moment other than influencer stuff. So if he wants to get his last chance at being an idol, this could be the opening for him. Also, I think it's really smart to have Jellyfish manage the group so that Wayv can focus all of their attention on ZB1, because they are going to be priority number 1 in this situation, right? If I feel on the off chance that this group starts doing better than them, they're going to turn them down a little because ZB1 is priority. But for Jellyfish, their, correct me if I'm wrong, but only boy group that they have under them is Very, whose members are going to start enlisting soon. So, Jellyfish will have the time and resources to pay attention to the boys. So yeah, if they end up going that route, it will be really exciting. I know they've done this before once. I've read up about it and watched some content now. Obviously wasn't around when it happened. But for the Produce 101 series, when they had the second season for the boy group version of it, the X1 group that had debuted, they had done something similar with this, with a group called JBJ. And they had a pretty successful 2-year run, although they didn't, overshadow X1 and all the stuff that they did. They had like a good run. So if this group ends up mimicking that, it'll be pretty good. Because if you're thinking about Wake1 and Yuhua, they're obviously going to use the trainees who are in the current ZB1 lineup after their ZB1 contracts are done with, right? So we can expect like a Wake1 boy group. We can definitely expect like a Yuhua boy group. So having the trainees who they want to be part of that get this exposure will be like a win-win situation for everyone. So I'm pretty excited about this, but share your thoughts. I know there were a lot of people who were skeptical about it and a lot of people being really negative, like, yeah, they had their turn, they didn't make it into the final lineup, so they shouldn't get this opportunity, which is just so dumb. But if you do think like that, tell me why. Share your thoughts. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.